Hello, ladies. I'm so excited to do this call with you because honestly, I've never done a call on receiving. And we're talking about receiving money tonight, but I've never done a call on receiving. So this is going to be interesting. And it's also something that I have been working on myself for the past almost 3 years. So tonight's call is, are you willing to receive the money you're asking for? Wow. Think about that for a second. I am Denise Dominguez, and I'm so excited to be here with you all. And here's a little bit about me. I'm a speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and my most recent book was released last October, A New Day Dawns, Breaking Up with Abuse. I hosted a podcast called It's Your Turn Radio for almost 2 years on Blog Talk. And I help women heal their emotional wounds all over the world so that they can live a life of freedom, joy, and abundance. And I do this by having them embrace and connect with who they really are so that they can begin to experience healthy relationships, a fulfilling life, with more money in her business and her life, if you're not a business owner. I also teach women on how to create money in their life because, let's face it, ladies, as a woman, and especially as a single woman, what is the one most important thing we need? More money. Yeah, so that's what brings me to talking about money more. If you follow me, you know that for the past few years, I've been solely focused on healing emotional wounds, how we show up in the world, the 3 personas that we show up as in our minds, right? And then just this year, I started talking about money because there's a reason behind that. When I left my relationship, one of the biggest things that kept me in my relationship was financial. And I always talk about how I was so financial dependent on him, and that kept me there in that toxic relationship. And I just know, like, from my upbringing and talking to so many women and breaking through these money blocks myself, that we struggle with this. And so you can sit there all day and ask for money. You can pray about it. You can do everything that you want to do in the universe and with the universe. But if you're not willing to receive it, and this is in a subconscious level, then you won't. And so that's what tonight's call is about. So, my life wasn't always this incredibly awesome. In fact, there was a time when I used to cry myself to sleep every night. And that was because I was in a very abusive marriage and I was miserable. Like, not just unhappy, not just I need to tweak a few things there, here and there. No, I was miserable, and my marriage was abusive, emotionally, mentally, and financially. So, like I said, I was financially dependent on him, and he was emotionally dependent on me. And if that is not a recipe for disaster, I don't know what is. So, let me get to the call. Hey, caller. Glad you're here. Is this Elise?
Yeah, hi, Denise.
Hey. So I'm going to put everybody on mute. And as always, at the end of the call, I'll do the Q&A, okay?
Sure, yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. All right. So you see, I grew up with the messages of, I don't know where to begin to start with making money, with making more money. If I make money, if I make money, the money I want to make, I will have to work too hard. If I make a lot of money, it means my work will take me away from my children. I'm worried that my marriage can't survive massive success and income. I will always have to work multiple jobs to get enough money. These are the messages that I grew up with, right? Being bad is rich. Being being rich is bad. Wealthy people don't help others. Making money is not spiritual. It's not right to get paid for spiritual work, right? Like do what you love and create a business out of it. Money changes you. Wealthy people are disconnected from the realities of the world. Here's some really good ones. Women are not good financial managers. How many of us grew up with dad taking care of the finances and mom not even knowing how to write a check? I can't tell you how many women I've come across that literally don't even know how to write a check. Now, my upbringing was the opposite. My dad didn't know how to write a check, and my mom was the financial manager. But still, even with that, I was taught that, that we can't, so all of these messages. You have to work hard for your money. Money doesn't grow on trees. All of these messages, right? So let me ask you, isn't it time to kick these lies, right? These old stories to the curb once and for all? Isn't it time to know that we are worth a life we truly, the one that we truly deserve? I mean, let's face it, ladies, that life that we're thinking in our head that we want, that we desire, needs money to be created, right? Well, how can we bring the money in if we're not willing to receive it? This is something that I actually didn't even realize was a thing. Receiving. And I'm going to get into the call with that tonight because it didn't start off with a money thing. It started off with other things, simple things. But then when it came to the money, I was like, well, if I was blocking, these other things, then I must be blocking the receiving of the money. So has anyone ever given you something? Okay, this is a perfect example. Has anyone ever given you something, anything, and you said no to it because you're a good girl or you're a nice person? You just think of, no, thank you, but that's for you. You think, later, why didn't I take that? I could have used that. I'm talking anything, okay? A small gift, money at any level, anything. You just instinctively respond to no, right? To say no. You instinctively respond to say no and just block it, okay? I know for me, compliments, that's a big one. Anybody who would compliment me, up until a few years ago, I would block that compliment and compliment that other person, right? I wouldn't receive the compliment. Now, if you follow me on Facebook, you see that when people compliment me, I just say thank you. I just say thank you. And I don't feel the need anymore to give them a compliment back, right? Because I felt like, oh, well, I'm a nice person. I need to, give them a compliment back. Or I thought, another thing, they're complimenting me because they want a compliment back. But think about yourself for a second here. Think about yourself when you give a compliment to somebody. Are you expecting one back, or are you truly just saying, oh, wow, you're so pretty, or I love that dress, or your hair looks great, or that's a beautiful car, whatever it is. You're just coming from a place of wanting to give a compliment. You're not expecting anything back. So why was I thinking that these people were thinking that? It's bullshit. So now when I get a compliment for anything, I say thank you. And in my mind, as I'm saying thank you, I say I received that. So after seeing this in so many women, including myself, I've seen the same limiting beliefs and mindset blocks that stand in the way of them reaching their financial freedom. The old beliefs of women not being good with money or not needing to know about money is over. A new paradigm of women's leadership is here. And it is time for us to all step up and take control of our relationship to money, right? This is woman energy. And for my clients, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The goal here is to be in woman energy. And what woman energy is, she is unstoppable. She's on fire. She's got healthy relationships in her life. She's got healthy boundaries in those relationships, right? People know what they can do and not do when you're in woman energy, right? So this is the goal for us. So even if you're not my client, that's where you want to be. You want to be in woman energy. You don't want to be a drama queen. You don't want to be, you know, that drama queen is child energy. You don't want to be the worry wart, which is in parent energy, right? Mother energy. You don't want to be constantly worrying. You don't want to be a constant rescuer that's parent energy. You don't want to give. You give so much, you give from an empty cup. Because number one, you can't do that. You're totally drained by then. And it's not healthy for you. And you deserve more than that. So you want to be in woman energy. And that's like the top of the food chain. That's where we want to be. And that's the goal. And that's what we're talking about tonight. Because woman energy, she receives things and she knows where they're coming from, what place they're coming from, and she takes them with love. Okay? So it starts with us ladies, and only we can change the game and make the money we need and want to support our dreams and big missions on the planet. Okay? What is your mission and big dreams of the planet? Like, what do you want to do? Hey, if you just want to have enough money to pay the bills and go on vacation twice a year, that's awesome. But how are you going to do that if you're not receiving? If you have bigger missions and bigger dreams, great. Whatever it is for you, whatever feels good to you, whatever is right for you, you can't do it without knowing how to receive. Okay? So it's time. And are you ready to make money a priority in your life? So that's what this call is about. Receive money in your life. To start saying yes instead of no. To be mindful and aware of what is really going on here so that you can change it. Okay, so I want you just to go in this place with me for a second, this space, okay? So here you are, standing in the rain. It's warm, wet, and your clothes are soaked. Okay, your feet are right? And you dance for joy, right? There you are, dancing in the rain, just loving it up. There is no sense of separation. You are oneness with one drop of rain and all drops of rain simultaneously. The gift of life radiates through every pore and molecule of your body and being. Now, turn every raindrop into money. It's falling down around you. Coins ting and thud as they hit the ground. Notes flutter through the air over and over as they gently come to rest. The heavens are open and there is no end. Just constant flow. Is there any separation between you and money? Do you notice anything different? Are you willing to be money? Receiving is the ability to perceive all the information there is without a point of view. See, that's where the separation comes in. That's where we think and we have those old stories running in our subconscious mind, right? We have all those points of view that have been passed down to us, okay? So we need to clear out that so there's no separation, right? There's no separation between us and money. We have a solid relationship with money. We have a beautiful relationship with money. We have a healthy relationship with money, right? I love money and money loves me. right? So, you know, with my clients and my clients that are on the call now, we do exercises with money. You know, we do letters to it. You know, we do things to bring the relationship that we have with money together as one, just like what I was just describing, because that's where we want to be. That's how you bring it in. All right. Most of you can be and receive the rain and get a sense of oneness that's available without a point of view. How about money? What was different for you? Was that different for you? Do you have any sense of ease with receiving it, or do you have points of view about receiving money? Think about that for a second. I'm going to ask it again. Do you have a sense of ease with receiving it, or do you have points of view about receiving money? So that would be going back to what I was stating in the beginning of the call, right? All of the things that have been passed down to us, all of the messages, the points of view about receiving money, right? Women aren't good money managers, or they don't know how to handle money, or they've never been good with money. Because if you think about it, you know, if you follow me and you were on that call with me about our histories, experiences, and stories about money, I go back to our ancestors and as women, what we were viewed as, and the only value that we had to us was the man that we were married to. Lots of points of view there. Lots of hidden messages there that literally through our DNA was passed down to us genetically from our mothers and her mother and her mother. So now is the time, ladies, for us to change that. So if you have points of view about receiving money, are you actually willing to be the money you say you would like to receive? In order to receive money, you have to be willing to be money. Okay, so what does that mean? Be. Okay, so when you think about money in your conscious mind, okay, what do you feel? Okay, so imagine money. All right, let's go to your wildest dreams, okay, right now. Go to your wildest dreams of you and money. If you had all the money that you could imagine, what would your life look like? Okay, we're going to go to the B, because this is important, because there's an energy there, and that's where we want to connect to. Okay, so on my vision board that I'm staring at right now, which is right in front of me, I have, and I used some energy words. Okay, so what would it be like? What would it be like if my whole life was tons of money? Okay, that's an energy, that tons of money. Because when I think of tons of money, I think like boatloads of money, right? Like a big dump truck just dumping money. Tons of money. That's an energy. That's what it would be like. That's the being. What would it be like if my whole life was plenty of money, right? Ooh, there's the bee, right? There's the juiciness. There's the succulent. Those are words you want to use, okay? What would it be like if my whole life was loads of money, okay? And then I have pictures underneath these questions, and I look at this every single day. And so what I have under the tons of money is just like pictures of money, just like a lot of money fanned out. That's actual picture of my money that I manifested in 2 days. It was $1,600, and I fanned it out, and I did like 50s and or hundreds, 50s, and tens, all like pretty. And then what would it be like if my whole life was loads of money? So under that question, I have pictures of, I have a famous quote, and then I have the dump truck with the money coming out of it. I have my Toyota Sequoia, my brand new Toyota Sequoia with my camper on the back of it, because that's an energy for me. That's an energy. When I look at that, that brings me a feeling. And that's what you want to connect to with money. All right. So when you be more, you also receive more. You can ask what I am refusing to receive that I can now choose to be. So that's a question for you. I'm going to say that again slowly. If you have a pen and paper, I'm going to actually, what I'll do is I'll put it in the chat for you, and you can have that, because I love to give. So here in the chat, let me go to chat, and there it is. Paste. Okay, that's a question that you can have hanging up that you could start asking. You can ask, what am I refusing to receive that I can now choose to be? That's beautiful. Okay. Your choice to be is what creates money and everything else in your life. Okay? So I'm going to say that again. Your choice to be is what creates money and everything else in your life. So you want to be the money. You want to use words that, what would it be like if my whole life was tons of money? What is that feeling inside of you? What's the first thing when I ask you that question, that feeling, right? For me, it's, ooh, juicy, succulent. Those are the two words that come up for me. Those are energy words because they have a feeling to it, right? So whatever that is for you, that's what you want to visualize. That's what you want to have in order for you to be closer and being the money. Okay, so receiving is not taught very well on this planet. Yeah. Do you know what receiving is to you? Have you defined what receiving is based on someone else's point of view? Probably, I'm going to say yes, because I know that is for me and many, many of us. So most people have some definition of receiving, but when you define receiving, you limit it. Okay, so I'm going to say that again. Most people have some definition of receiving, but when you define receiving, you limit it. Okay, what if there was something totally different available? Would you choose it? What is actually true for you in regards to receiving? Ask for what you're willing to receive if you would like it to show up. So and that's why I use tons of money. That's why I use plenty of money. And that's why I use loads of money. And that's why I don't use anymore a specific amount like I was before. Because for me to say I am a multi-billionaire just didn't feel right and good to me. Okay? So when you ask things from the universe, you also want to feel like it's believable, because if you're asking for things but your belief is that's bullshit, then it's not going to happen for you. So for me, when I say tons of money, that's believable for me, right? Tons of money is believable for me. Plenty of money is believable for me. Loads of money is believable for me. And every visual picture that I have on my board is believable for me. Well, first of all, that's my money, but also the Toyota Sequoia, traveling, camping, all of that. I know that's mine. I know that's mine, and I know it's just waiting for me. So it's got to be believable for you in order for you to receive it. Okay? So, all right. What is actually true for you in regards to receiving? Ask for what you are willing to receive if you would like it to show up. What can you be that you are actually willing to receive? So go with the believable, because if you keep asking for a certain amount, a multi-billionaire or whatever, and in your mind you're going, that's bullshit, that's never going to happen, then that's never going to happen. So what we do is we often stick ourselves with that which we are unwilling to be. right? For example, if you have a point of view that you are a gifter, someone who lies or cons people into giving them money, then while trying not to be this type of a person, what does that create? And what if you were willing to be a grifter? Would that give you more choices or less? Most of you have lots of points of view about what you will not be. Here's the good news. Whatever you are unwilling to be, you will not receive. Think about that for a second. What have you been refusing to be that if you would be, it would create way too much money in your life? So this is what I'm giving you is a lot of access stuff, access consciousness, which I love. And it's where the questions come from that I teach you and teach you to ask. And they go deep into the receiving because it is deep. So I will copy this question for you again and put it in the chat for you so that you can copy and paste it. And there it is. Okay. So let me get to, okay. So the purpose of money is to change reality, right? A reality that's been passed down to us for how many years, how many generations? And how many of us have been unwilling to be the money that would change reality? And whose reality can I change today with the money I be right away? That's a great question. The more you are willing to be and receive, the more you be that which changes everything. So you really got to get in here. I'm going to copy and paste this question for you too, because this is awesome. The whole be, because with access, they almost speak a different language, which is one thing I love about them. So at the end of this call, of course, I will take some Q&A, and if there's any questions around it, then of course I will answer it. So, but the be is you being that, the energy of it, right? So learning to receive is a key in inviting more of what you're asking for in your life. Okay? Learning to receive is a key in inviting more of what you're asking for in your life. So are you ready to make money and make a difference? Do you have a big mission in mind, but need big money to support it? I mean, whatever it is for you, then pay bills and go on vacation, that's great. If it's create your business, is there a business you have in mind? Is that what you need big money to support? Is that your big mission? Or is it something else? We all want money for something. And whatever that is for you, that's so great. It's so okay. But like I said, if you're not willing to receive it, then how are you going to get it? So I have a Mastering a Money Mindset course. And it is an easy 21-day course that teaches you everything you need to shift your relationship and your money mindset, management, and manifest now. In the 21-day course, you will have the tools and action steps to get started and manifest money right away. We meet every day in the Facebook forum with posts and homework exercise. In addition, we will meet weekly via live video, just like this one, that is recorded for your records. Here, you will ask questions and get some mindset coaching. This is the Essential Money Training Program every woman needs right now to strengthen her empowerment and to have a strong financial foundation. We gather together in an interactive group We share, support, love, and empower each other in the journey of creating more money. We connect every day in the group where the training is held. Isn't now the time to start loving money and making more of it? When I started this challenge, here's some testimonies. When I started this challenge, I had no idea of the great results that it did. Here are some of what the group is saying about the challenge, okay? My biggest takeaways from this challenge is stress less about money and have faith in the universe. I'm the sole provider for my kids and have always been afraid to make a misstep that will screw up their future. Now that I am a money magnet, I can relax and be grateful and pass on healthier money mindset to my kids. Isn't that just a big sigh of relief right there? That what we're creating for the generations to come is a new money mindset. It's a new paradigm of women and money, right? That our kids will be saying and thinking and believing something different than we are, or maybe our grandkids. So another testimony is day one and I received a small check in the mail. Woo woo! Another great testimony that I have is all I can say is it works, and I have more freedom and more money than ever, and it's been all about changing attitude and mindset. It is your calling. Thank you, Denise. So excited. I have a focus, and I was able to manifest over $5,000 this past month. So it's doable, ladies. It is so doable. And if you think that, oh my God, I'm so far deep in this hole, I grew up with this and I'm so in debt, and I don't care. It doesn't even matter, right? You're holding on to that. If you just say, screw that, and let me try something different, right? Because what I've been doing doesn't work. Let me try something different and see what outcome, what results will come of that. What do you have to lose, right? So, last testimony, I just had to share this. While looking for a small bag to put some clutter in my purse, and I found $100 bill. Wow. Ladies, isn't it time to put down the old bullshit stories that were passed down to us and create a new story of empowerment and prosperity? Isn't it time to live a life you've always dreamed of instead of waking up every day thinking, is this it? Like, I know that feeling. I really do. And it's a shitty feeling. And it's not what the plans were for you, right? It's your divine right. It's your divine birthright to be happy and prosperous. That's what we were put here for. So come with me and the ladies that have already said yes to creating more in their lives and start your new money journey. And what does that look like for you? When you think about that, when you think about what would more money bring into my life, right? What comes up for you? Because that's another thing that we don't even do. How are you supposed to receive money if you don't even know where that money would go? Okay, yeah, pay the bills. All right, and beyond that, where would the money go? What would you do for you with that money? What lights you up? Okay, we're so quick to give, and we're so quick to not receive. So what would you do for you with that money? Would it be an all-day spa day? Just saying that lights me up, right? Get a pedicure and a manicure and a massage and a hot rock, whatever they do, right? All day sipping mimosas. Whew. Or would it be a girls' trip? Get your girls together and plan a trip to a beautiful island or somewhere where you've wanted to go for so long. You have to think about you. You have to think about you. What would you do with the money? It's not being selfish. It's not, it's not being greedy. It's not. Okay. So what I do is I help women release, heal, and transform their relationships and make a difference in the world. All of this that I've just described to you with this 21-day course is valued over $299. But I am gifting it to you today only for $27. That means you get a full 21 days of tapping into your subconscious mind and rewriting your money story, 21 money affirmations and how to correctly use them. Each week, you get a tool to use on how to create more money in your life. I always over-deliver, so you're going to get more than that. And these are tools that you can use forever. I highly recommend for you to use them over and over, because here's the thing about tools that are given to you by coaches, not just me, but any coach. It's not a one and done thing. Okay, so you may be given a tool and you do that, an exercise, a tool, and you do it and it feels good. But there may be a time down the line where you could use that tool again, because what we're doing is we're shedding, peeling, and healing, right? We're shedding, peeling, and then healing all the old stories, all the old, stories that have been passed down to us. So you keep these tools, right? There's an exercise that I do with my clients called the wallet exercise. This was super insightful for us because, our wallets are our vessels to carry our money. And that was one of the starting points of the relationship, because we weren't consciously knowing what we were doing with that vessel, right? It's cluttered. I know for me, it was in an old, small wallet. Think about that. Old, small wallet. And I totally redid it. I went online and got me a beautiful, nice wallet that is pretty. It was the color I love. It lights me up every time I see it. I constantly keep it cleaned out. So these tools that are given to you in this 21-day course are things that you can keep using, okay? So each week you get the recorded video from me to you, inspiring you, teaching you, and empowering you and your new journey into making more money. And every day for the next 21 days, you will feel inspired, empowered, motivated, supported, and best of all, you will be making more money and so much more. So if you're a client of mine, this is gifted to you at absolutely no charge. But if you are not, then it is $27. So here we are, and I'm going to unmute everybody so that we can get to the Q&A part of the call. So everybody, you're unmuted. Does anybody have any questions or any clarification on the B? Hello? Oh, here we go. No questions?
No.
Okay. You're good? You're clear? You understand it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. My volume's super loud. Okay. And those questions that I gave are awesome questions that you can start using. And you can do that money board like I did. I stare at that thing every day and ask those questions. And they're super helpful. Okay, well, if nobody has any questions or comments, then we are good.
Okay, thanks.
All right. I will see for my clients, I will see you Wednesday.
Yeah.
All right. Have a great night.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye.